Hello guys, welcome back. This is LordStien. I'm on a creative world. We're going to do a little tutorial today. I've been messing about. This is a totally creative tutorial. It's very possible to do in survival, but let me tell you, it will take a long time. And I think the level of detail you'll be able to get in survival, unless you're a genius. If you was EFO, then I would say you could probably get this perfect, exactly the same in a survival world. But if you're just a regular player like me, then we can only dream. I'm going to use a few tools. I will be using MZ Edit just to make things so much easier for me today. We're going to use MBT Edit because we need to mess about with schematic files, and we need to use Spritecraft. These are 3 brilliant programs. I'll leave links in the description. If you get the tools, please feel free to donate. They're good guys. But I wanted to show you quickly what we can do. You know, this is the piece de resistance. Look at my house. Beautiful, isn't it? But how can we turn a crappy house into an amazing house? Well, we could put wooden planks on the floor. We could put wooden plank on the walls. We could add doors. We could add a carpet, or we could add wallpaper. Now look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? This isn't a texture pack. This is totally vanilla Minecraft. You can even have a picture on the wall. Just look at the level of details in these. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, a lot of you guys are probably looking at this thinking, why the hell would I want roses on my wall? But that's just an example. Look at this. I think these colours go beautiful together. I mean, who wouldn't want to have wallpaper in their Minecraft house? It's so easy to do in a creative world. You know, survival, as I said, is a bit tough. You need a lot of blocks. You need, in total, you need 256 stacks of blocks, which isn't that much really. You think one chest is and then we end up with something like this. Just a note, you can put torches on the walls as well. You just have to find the right place. There you go. You can put the torches on first, which is probably easier. You just put the torch on the edge. Let's just get that back. Put that in the middle, boom. Look at that, beautiful. That truly is a work of art. Okay, so how do we make this? First let me just show you this. Some don't go quite as well. If there's too much detail close together, then it won't work very well. But I just want to show you an idea. I'm going to show you how to make it much better in a later tutorial. But as you can see, this could be a sofa. You know, if we had a sofa looking pictures all around the edge, and then we could have, you know, a cushion on top. We could use this to make all kinds of stuff. And in later tutorials, as I said, I'll show you how. So how do we do this? Well, these are maps, and they're all copies of the same map. So the first thing you need to do is you need to find a nice area that you want to build your map. So I've been building my maps over there, but today we're going to find over here. So I'm going to need some blocks just to mark out the edges. So you'll need a clean empty map with nothing in. And you go to your nice empty space and you generate your map. And as you can see, this is just a plain green map. I just want to explore it all quickly. We can fly, let's do it faster. Just so that all the blocks are covered. There's no hidden horrible coloured bits of blocks there. Then the next thing that you're going to want to do is to find where the edges of the map are and put some blocks down there. So we need to get the F3 menu up, and as you see we're facing west, and if we move across to the right, if you look, oh, we're going a bit screw with here. If you look near the Z axis, you've got 837. If you look a little bit further, you've got C, which is the chunk. And now these numbers are going down. The chunks are 0 to 15. So when we get to the edge here, we're at 0. Now if we move forward and backwards, can you see next above there, next to the X coordinate, we've also got more chunks going up and down. So now both of them are at 0, 0 in this corner of the map. If we put a test block there, then we can get our map back out, move away from it, and hopefully we should see that block appear on the map. There it is. Can you see it just in the corner? So let's make that into an L shape to make it a little bit clearer on the map, just so that we know that that is the dead corner of the map. Because if you're making the wallpaper, you're going to want it to be tileable, which means that you're going to want it in the correct place. So there you go, it's in the corner, so we know that those blocks are the corner blocks. So we can get rid of F3 now. So from here, 128 blocks that way, and from here 128 blocks that way, which is this map. We're going to import a schematic with Minecraft MC Edit. We're going to bring that into our world, but first we need to create that schematic. So I'm going to cut here, and we're going to go to that. See you in a second. Welcome back, guys. Right, the next part of making the wallpaper is we need to use Spritecraft. As I mentioned before, this is a very cool program. I found it searching through the Minecraft forums. I'm going to leave a link to it, as I said. So how do we use this? First, what we need to do is we have to go to the options. Okay, this is we get this in here. We can see all the parts we need to see. So we've got the resource pack that we're using. We're just using the default. You've got whether you want to see in what you're editing in either the side or the top of the walls, or dithering. Dithering is shading, so we'll leave it to auto. And then you can pick what kind of blocks that you want to use. So if you tick this, you can use all kind of blocks. If you tick this, it will use none of the blocks, and then you can just go through and say, okay, well I want bricks, I want dirt, I want cobblestone, or you could say it's easy to get wool, so I can use wool. I have a mesa, so I can use clay. You know, so you can pick which kind of blocks you want to use. If I'm honest, it's probably better just to use wool or just clay, because the colours of, if I use a black wool on my thing, it will be the same as if I used a black clay, but the colours of the clay is stained, so it has a pink tinge to it, so it's better to use wool. Let's try it solely with wool. When you do it, you can use all blocks if you like, or you can, you know, just use common blocks, but for our tutorial we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to use wool. So once you've done that, you can just sorry, Windows 7 is a bit funky sometimes. So let's see down here we've got close, get rid of that. Okay, so we're back in Spritecraft, and we need to use a picture. So I've gone ahead and found a free picture on the internet, and I've named it Wallpaper. And here we are. What you have to do is, because our map is 128 pixels by 128 pixels, you have to use a program like GIMP or Paint.net, something like that, to resize the picture that you download from the internet. Or if you are pretty arty yourself, you can make one 128 pixels by 128 pixels. That is the key. So this picture was 1600 pixels by 1600 pixels. So I scaled it down, like I said, max height and width. Okay, we want to leave them unchecked. We want to leave them checked, sorry, so there's no max width and no max height. The reason we're doing this is because when Spritecraft will make it, it will make this picture as a wall rather than as a floor. If it was a floor, it wouldn't matter. We could make it, you know, gigantic. But because this program will make it as a wall, we need to keep it, because it's going to be 128 high by 128 wide, but only 1 deep. So let's go ahead and create this. So as you can see here, let's just move this. We've got the donate button and the Spritecraft homepage there. So if you like the programs, you know, you can support them. And it gives you a breakdown at the bottom of which materials you'll need to make this. And that is a lot of materials. It's a lot of black wool and a lot of white wool. It wouldn't take too long to get that if you had a decent sheep farm going. But then we don't want to save it as an image, we want to save it as a schematic. And we just want to call this skull, so we know which one it is. Okay, so once we've done that, we need to open up the schematic file with an MBT. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now we're going to use MBT Explorer. This is a brilliant program if you want to get in and have a look at the files. As you can see, it's got my list of single player worlds in my Minecraft folder, but we don't want to mess with those. We need to find where our skull file was. So let's just open that. Okay, so now as you can see, this is the schematic from Spritecraft. It's what Spritecraft created. I don't know why we've got 8 in these, but we have height 128 and length 1 now, and width 128. So this is going to make a wall. We don't want a wall, we want a floor. So this is a cheap, easy way I found to do it. If you have World Edit, you could probably do it with World Edit in game, but I don't have World Edit. So you double click on height and you want to change the value to 1, which means it will be 1 block high, and length you want to change to 128. So now we have a 1 high 128 by 128 schematic, and as you can see, 16,384 bytes, well, blocks. I think a byte is 4 or 8 ones and zeros. I don't need to mess too much with this now. We just need to go to File, Save, and it's done. So we need to go into MC Edit. Okay, so now we're in MC Edit. Again, I said this is a great program. I am such a noob. We need to get it done. We need to show it. So you can load a world. I've got my world wall 2. But I'll show you how to do it this way. Your list of worlds comes up. Let's load world wall 2, sorry. And this will load the world in. I think it's going to be a little bit late because I'm recording it. But this is awesome. As you can see, we've got the corner there of where our map is. So our map will be completely in here and the corner will be here. So what we need to do now is to get quite a bit of height. And then we're going to import and then make and open that, and then you need to align it with your corner, and if you get this right it'll be perfect. So then we can zoom back down to this. Here we go, come on. If you're not sure whether you're in the right place, you can hold click on nudge and just move it, and you see we've managed to land it perfectly. So once you're happy with the placement and that all parts of your map are going, all parts of this wallpaper that we've created is going to cover the area where our map is. We import it and then we save it. One important thing to note, do not have your Minecraft world open while you have it open. When you open MC Edit, about that, I'm not sure what will happen because I've never done it. And we don't. Okay guys, so we're back in the world now, and this beautiful map that we created earlier, if we open that up and explore it, we'll find that it is beautifully made the skull wallpaper onto our map. You might notice it's upside down. That doesn't matter, to be honest. It doesn't matter, because when a map's on the wall, if you right click it, it will turn. So we just need to right click it twice when it's on the wall. So we're going to go into one of these rooms that I've left. We're going to go into this one. No, we're not. That's just disgusting. Look at that. You know, I'm showing a tutorial of how beautiful the wallpapering can look, and I'll show you this. Damn it, Stien. You're a noob. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is to make copies of your map. This is in creative, so I don't need to, because when you place an item in creative, it doesn't use it up. So you're going to need to have a workbench. You can do this in your, I have one here. You can do it in your crafting area in your inventory, but if you put an empty map with your map in the same box, you'll get two of the same map. It will make a copy. So then what we need to do is we need to fill up the wall. So this would be 16 maps. So you would need to have 17 maps, because you'd want to keep one as a spare, just in case there was a creeper attack or anything like that and you managed to lose your map. You'd have a safe spare one. So as you see, I'll right click it into the item frame, and then I'll right click it twice to turn it to the way we want it to face. Okay, let's just place a torch. Like I said, it's easy to place. You just aim for the edge and the torch will go in there. And that looks pretty cool. I must say, that looks pretty cool. Oh, what's happened here? Aha, you see, this pattern doesn't repeat very well on the bottom. That would be an easy fix. You just, when you go into a paint program, paint.net or something like that, you just want to make sure that your pattern is tileable in both ways. It's tileable across, which is very cool, but for some reason we just didn't get it. We need to take the middle part, make a square in the middle part, and move it down one. You know what I mean. You guys know how to work paint programs. But if you get an already tileable picture, like this one's kind of doing the same thing, but just make sure when you build the art, like this one is completely tileable. You know, if we just take one of these off for a minute, which one is that? I don't think it's this one. We've got it here somewhere. Nope, it's not that one. It's not that one. I know we've got it here somewhere. There we go. If you it even kind of tiles upside down nearly, but you see that's completely tileable, and the crossways is tileable and up and down is tileable. So you want to make sure before you go to the trouble of, especially if you're doing it in vanilla, make sure it tiles. You can put it in your paint program. So let's do an example. You got it in your paint program, and it's there, right? So what you need to do is just copy the whole picture and then paste it underneath. And if it tiles like this does, then it's great. If it doesn't, what you need to do is move this picture up until it tiles, and then cut that 128 square and then paste it there, just to check it again, and then copy and paste that underneath, and it should tile up. And once it tiles up, then you can take the few steps that we've took and it'll be beautiful. Your Minecraft house will not look like an old granny's house like this one does. You know, like I said, you can have paintings. There's two ways you can have paintings. You see in this room I've got no picture frames on, but that still has gone over the top of the wallpaper. You can actually just, if you use the corner, click it straight on top and it will go on top of the wallpaper. But I like the creeper one. Let's try and get that back. That'll do. Okay, so that way you're just using less maps. So it might be better to figure out which picture you want to use, and then just, you know. So if we want to use that one, we're like, great, we can just wallpaper around the edges. And what I like is how it wallpapers in the corners. So we're just going to keep this as an upside down pan for this one. You see it tiles around the corner as well. It is amazing. It is beautiful. I really suggest you guys get doing this. A few more ideas. I will show tutorials on how to do it. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. I'm not very good with art. I know how to fix this. If you guys leave enough comments, I'll show you how to fix a problem when it happens like this. And I'm going to make a load of tutorials. I'm going to show you how to make curtains. I don't know whether it would work there, but we could certainly have curtains at the side. Because the thing about the maps, let's just go and take one quick look at our skull one I want to show you. Because this is all a flat level, the way it makes the maps, I'm just going to ruin this now, completely ruin it. But the way it makes the maps, it shows height variations. So we want to just put this line. We've not changed the colours still exactly the same. We've only put a white block on top of a white block. But now if we look at our map and back off a little bit, you can see that there's a shadowed area. Can you see it? A highlighted side, which is the top. And then this is the highlighted side, the block which is higher because it's closer to the light. And then we have the shadowed block, which is this one. It's still white, but it's in shadow. You can see the shadow here, just in the corner. It only makes it about a third of the way across the block. So we can use that to create depth in our pictures with our maps. So we'd easily be able to make the ruffles at the top of curtains and things like that, just extra details. I'm not sure, this is just on a creative world, there's not much going on, there's no redstone. There is a lot of item frames. I'm not sure if it's a lag creator. I don't think it is. One last thing to note before I go. The best thing to do is to not build this near your house. You don't want this anywhere near your house, because anytime this changes, if you go near it with a map, it will change with your map. You want it far away, miles away. I've just built it here near this little house because it's easier for me to go back and forward. You know, I'd suggest if you can find an ocean big enough, an ocean would be a good place to make it, because, you know, you don't really build stuff in the ocean normally, and you could just pour lava over the top of the ocean and it should turn it to a layer of smooth stone, and then you can build off of that. Don't be put off by the stripes so much. This was just a stripe pattern. It had, I think, 4 different colours of red, and because of the blocks in Minecraft on the map, they look a bit weird. But on the Spritecraft picture, obviously as a wall, it looks okay. We'll go and see that over here. I changed all the middle blocks to white because there was a lot of dithering. But if you just, you know, had the same thing like this, but instead of this variation of blocks, if you just had, say, a pink wall or a red wall, then on the map, you know, it would show up a lot better. So guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Please let me know what you think. If you leave a video response to some of the wallpapers and creations you can make, if you can think of any look at all this around here. If you can think of any way to make this easier or better, please let me know. And as always, I'll see you in another life. Take care.